Have you ever wondered where the cast of the Waltons is today? In this video, we're going back in time to revisit the beloved characters from Walton's Mountain, but we're also fast-forwarding to see what they're up to now. From iconic roles that shaped their careers to surprising life changes. We're taking a deep dive into how the cast has transformed over the years. You might be surprised by how much they've changed, and how some things have stayed the same. Ready to catch up with the Waltons? Let's get started. Richard Thomas, the name everyone associates with John Boy Walton from the Waltons. He really brought that character to life. John Boy wasn't just any typical oldest son. He was a dreamer, a writer, someone full of curiosity about the world. Richard Thomas gave the role a sense of sincerity and emotion that made John Boy feel like a real person. He captured the struggle of growing up while trying to figure out who you are, and that's what made so many people relate to the character. Richard's portrayal wasn't just acting. It felt like we were watching someone's genuine journey of self-discovery, which is why his performance still resonates with audiences. Even after the Waltons, Richard didn't slow down. He took on all sorts of roles in movies, TV, and theater, proving that his talent goes way beyond just playing John Boy. Whether he's playing the good guy or the villain, he always brings depth to his characters that keeps people hooked. Ralph Waite, who played the strong yet compassionate father, John Walton Sr., on the Waltons, was the backbone of the show. His character was a hard-working man who did everything he could to provide for his family during tough times, and Ralph nailed that role perfectly. What made Ralph's portrayal stand out was the way he balanced John's toughness with a quiet, underlying warmth. He wasn't afraid to lay down the law with his kids, but at the same time, you could feel his deep love for them in every scene. Ralph brought such depth to the character that you couldn't help but admire John Walton as both a father and a person. Sadly, Ralph Waite passed away in 2014 at the age of 85, but his legacy lives on through his incredible work on the show. Beyond the Waltons, he had a long career in film and television, taking on a variety of roles that showed his incredible range as an actor. But no matter what else he did, fans will always remember him as the heart and soul of the Waltons. He gave John Walton a strength and kindness that made the character unforgettable. Michael Learned, who portrayed Olivia Walton on the Waltons, was the heart of the Walton family. As the mother, Olivia was loving, nurturing, and strong. And Michael brought those qualities to life in a way that made audiences truly connect with her. What made her performance so special was how she made Olivia both tender and resilient, showing a mother who could handle anything life threw at her. Michael's portrayal of Olivia felt real, like she was someone you knew, and that's what made her one of the most beloved TV moms of all time. Her role on The Waltons earned her multiple Emmy Awards, proving just how impactful her performance was. Even after The Waltons, Michael Learned continued to thrive in her acting career, taking on a variety of roles in television and theater. But for many fans, she will always be remembered as the strong yet gentle mother of the Walton clan. Thankfully, Michael is still with us today, continuing to inspire audiences with her incredible talent. Ellen Corby, who played Grandma Esther Walton on the Waltons, brought a whole lot of heart and wisdom to the show. As Grandma Walton, she was tough, no nonsense, but also full of love for her family. Ellen's portrayal of the strong-willed, old-fashioned grandmother made her a fan favorite. She was the kind of character that reminded viewers of their own grandparents, full of life lessons and always keeping the family in line. What made Ellen Corby's performance stand out was how she balanced that stern side of Grandma with moments of warmth and tenderness, making the character feel incredibly real and relatable. Unfortunately, Ellen suffered a stroke during the show's run, but her dedication was so strong that she returned to continue playing Grandma Walton, even incorporating her health struggles into the character. Ellen Corby passed away in 1999, but her role as Grandma Walton left a lasting legacy on television. Will Geer, who portrayed Grandpa Walton, was one of the show's most beloved characters. As the fun-loving, wise grandfather, Will brought a lot of warmth and humor to the role. Grandpa Walton was full of stories, life lessons, and a love for nature, and Will Geer captured that spirit perfectly. What really made his performance stand out was how effortlessly he could switch between being the family's jokester and a source of deep wisdom. He made Grandpa feel like someone you'd want to sit with for hours, just to hear his thoughts on life. Will Geer was more than just an actor. He was a larger-than-life figure who brought his own personal love of nature into his portrayal. Sadly, Will Geer passed away in 1978 while the show was still running, but his legacy as Grandpa Walton lives on. His character, with all its charm and heart, remains one of the reasons the Waltons is still cherished by fans today. Judy Norton, who played Mary Ellen Walton, gave viewers a character that was both strong-willed and full of heart. As the eldest daughter in the Walton family, Mary Ellen had a mind of her own, often challenging the norms of the time and striving for her independence. Judy brought such a fiery spirit to the role, making Mary Ellen a standout character on the show. Her journey from a rebellious teenager to a caring mother and nurse was one that many could relate to, and Judy's portrayal captured that growth beautifully. She gave Mary Ellen layers, tough when she needed to be, but also deeply caring and devoted to her family. After the Waltons, Judy Norton continued to pursue her career in entertainment, both as an actress and director, showing her versatility and talent beyond just one role. John Walmsley, who played Jason Walton, brought a unique charm to his role as the musical, laid-back middle son. Jason was the kind of character who always seemed a bit more mellow compared to his siblings, and John really made him stand out with his natural musical talent. He didn't just play the role of a musician. John actually performed all the guitar and piano pieces that Jason was known for, which added an authentic layer to his character. His love for music came through in every scene, and it became a core part of Jason's identity on the show. Fans appreciated his calm and thoughtful approach to life, and John's portrayal made Jason a beloved character that people connected with on a deeper level. After the Waltons, John continued his passion for music, performing with various bands and even releasing his own albums. His career as a musician has been just as successful as his time on screen, making him a well-rounded artist. Mary Beth McDonough, who played Erin Walton, brought a relatable sweetness and depth to her character. As the middle daughter, Erin was always trying to figure out where she fit in, both within the family and in her own life. Mary Beth made Erin's journey of self-discovery feel so genuine, showing the struggles and triumphs of growing up in a large family. Whether Erin was dealing with relationships, career decisions, or just navigating life's ups and downs, Mary Beth's performance was always heartfelt and real. Fans loved seeing Erin grow into a confident young woman, and Mary Beth's portrayal made that transformation feel natural and inspiring. After the Waltons, Mary Beth McDonough stayed active in the entertainment world, but she also became a strong advocate for women's health issues, even writing a book about her personal experiences. She's a true example of how someone can use their platform to make a positive difference. Eric Scott, who portrayed Ben Walton, gave us a character full of energy and determination. Ben was known for his ambition and entrepreneurial spirit, always wanting to strike out on his own and make something of himself. Eric captured that drive perfectly, showing Ben's eagerness to grow up and take on responsibility, but also balancing it with the occasional youthful impatience. Ben had a stubborn streak, but his heart was always in the right place, and Eric Scott brought that complexity to life. He made Ben both likable and relatable, especially for anyone who has ever felt the pressure to prove themselves. After the Waltons, Eric moved away from acting and into business, much like his character, pursuing a different path, but still keeping a connection to the show's fan base. His role as Ben Walton remains a standout for those who followed the series. David W. Harper, who played Jim Bob Walton, gave viewers a character that was always curious, a little rebellious, and full of ambition. Jim Bob was the youngest son, and Harper's portrayal captured the essence of a boy trying to find his place in a large family. Whether he was fixing up cars, dreaming of flying planes, or just getting into a bit of mischief, Jim Bob had a spark that made him stand out. David brought an innocence and sense of wonder to the role, making Jim Bob one of the most relatable characters for younger audiences. He showed the challenges and joys of growing up with humor and heart, which made his journey on the show especially memorable. After the Waltons, David W. Harper chose a quieter path, stepping away from the limelight and pursuing other interests. However, fans still remember him fondly for the warmth and personality he brought to Jim Bob. Joe Conley, who played Ike Godsey, the beloved shopkeeper, brought a lot of warmth and humor to the show. Ike Godsey was the go-to guy in town, always ready to help the Walton family and their neighbors with whatever they needed from his store. Joe's portrayal of Ike was down-to-earth and charming, making him a favorite among fans. He played Ike with a light-hearted touch, balancing the character's friendly, easygoing nature with moments of seriousness when it came to business or personal matters. Conley made Ike more than just the man behind the counter. He was a vital part of the community and added a lot of heart to the series. Beyond the Waltons, Joe Conley had a varied career, but it's his role as Ike Godsey that left a lasting impression on fans. Sadly, he passed away in 2013, but his work on the show continues to be cherished by generations of viewers. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic trip down Walton's Mountain. It's amazing to see how much the cast of the Waltons has evolved over the years, both in their careers and personal lives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on your favorite classic shows. Drop a comment below with your favorite Waltons character, and let us know what surprised you most about where the cast is today. Until next time, take care and keep the memories alive.